Emma, it's been a long time coming, but we're finally going on another trip.
We are.
I'll tell you where we're going, shall I? We're going all the way to sunny Dartford. We're going to go and see the Rolling Stones statues, so I'm really looking forward to that. What do you say to that?
Yeah, I mean, I like to go to a new town, and I like a statue, and I quite like the Rolling Stones.
I was just thinking that. I think we should, because as you know, I don't trust anybody who hasn't got a Rolling Stones record in their collection. So, show me yours. Right. Open the box.
Because I moved quite recently. I haven't got all my records, so I hope I've got a Rolling Stones one. I know it's a dark colour one. That's me Pogues, me Phil Lynott, me Madness, Emmylou Harris, Elton John, Glenn Campbell,
Come on.
Stevie Wonder. Oh, right, this looks like it. The Rolling Stones, Big Hits, High Tide and Green Grass. So I think this is a compilation, isn't it?
I think it was their first hits album, actually.
So
right, I've got a question for you. I must ask you this. Which one is your favourite member of the Stones? Fred, Barney or Wilma?
Wilma.
Ah. So Emma, without crashing the car, do you even like the Rolling Stones? I ask you this every film we do.
Yes, I do. I probably took them for granted because the music was around me when I was a kid. And so I'm familiar with lots of those songs. But it took me a bit later in life to appreciate how good they are, how very good they are as songs, and the performances, you know, the recordings. So I am a fan. The only thing, as you know, is that to actually watch them, especially in the old days, performing, I found slightly embarrassing, especially Mick, a little bit too much. And you know, it's great that he's so agile and energetic, especially now he's old.
It's his hips you don't like,
and I used to, when I was a child, I found his mouth quite disturbing because it was so massive and quivery. But you know, they're brilliant. Yes.
And what about, because where we're going now is to their hometown of Dartford, and that's when they really got into music through their mutual love of the blues.
Yeah.
And as you know, I'm not that keen on the blues music myself. I don't like the blues that came out of America, but I do like homegrown music. For instance, back in the northeast when I was a kid, have you heard of Leadbelly?
Yeah.
Well, in Blackwall Rocks, there used to be a blues artist called Beerbelly. He was very good. And in Hordern, have you heard of B.B. King?
Yeah.
Well, in Hordern there was this blues artist. His parents came from India, I think, Bombay. That is in India, isn't it?
I think so.
And he went under the name of B.B. Singh.
This is a toll bridge, and you used to have to chuck me a 50p in a basket, which was quite fun. But now it says you just have to pay it online. You have to remember.
£2.50?
Yeah.
Hey look, it's free on the motorbike.
Oh, that would be very wet. Anyway, we're on it now. Fine Dartford crossing.
Can't even see it.
See, there's a factory, look, over there, my side. And then you should be able to see the Thames, although visibility is quite poor. I'll tell you another bridge I've enjoyed is that Bristol one. Over the Avon, that's a lovely bridge.
The Clifton Bridge though, isn't it?
Clifton Suspension Bridge. I think this is a suspension bridge as well, by the look of it. To be honest, I don't really know what it means.
Well, it's suspended, look, by wires.
Oh.
Gate on the outskirts of Dartford, because this place has got some very interesting street signs, as you can see. Stones Avenue. So here we are, sunny Dartford, look at it.
Yeah, the weather's cheered up.
So now we've just got to try and find these statues.
Look at these lovely things. Forget what they're called.
They're flowers, aren't they?
They're nice, aren't they? Catch me who can.
This is where it all started, 1961. I know we already had Elvis, but in England, this is the moment, the great moment.
So, Johnny, I've known you a few years now, and you've always been, I don't think obsessed is too strong a word for it, with the Rolling Stones. So, when did your, or how did your Rolling Stones journey begin?
Well, it began when I was a little boy. I think the first I ever heard from them was the single Last Time. But it's magic to be here where it all started, because Keith and Mick, they went to school together, I think junior school, but then lost touch. And then by a twist of fate, they met up on this platform. I think Jagger was going off to some college in London, and Keith was at a college around here somewhere. But he had a load of albums under his arm, Mick Jagger. Blues albums, and I often lie awake at night sometimes thinking, what if there'd have been different albums under his arm? For instance, what if he'd have had Charlie Drake's greatest hits, My Boomerang Won't Come Back, or Max Bygrave's greatest hit, You Need Hands?
Well, he might have got together with someone else if that had happened.
Well, yeah, and the history would have been ruined. But and Keith would have gone home that night and said to his Mum, that cat, Mick Jagger, I ain't ever going to be in a band with him. But luckily, it turned out different.
So what was your favourite Rolling Stones gig?
Well, there's been too many to mention.
But you've been to them?
Yeah, my first gig I went to was in Birmingham. Do you know how much the ticket was for that? £1.25. I got my brother...
But it was 1942.
It was. I got my brother to take a day off school, because I was working, I didn't want to lose the money. He went and queued up for nearly 8 hours in Birmingham.
And I know this is going to be a hard one, but what's your favourite Rolling Stones song?
Far too many to even pick one, but I'm not one of these people, and there's a lot of people out there who say, the Rolling Stones haven't done anything since 1971. That is rubbish. Have you even listened to the Rolling Stones since 1971? Even their last album, Hackney Diamonds, had some classic stuff on it. Every one of their albums has always got great tracks on it. So if you're not listening to it because you're so closed in the mind, you're missing out on some fantastic music.
Very angry. I'm just trying to think what my favourite one might be. I'll tell you what, let's go and see the statues and then I'll think about it and let you know. Did he only go for 5 strings?
Yes.
Oh, very accurate. His little wristband. That's the mouth I mentioned.
Moo! Look, has Keith got his look, he's even got his skull ring on. Look. By the way, what was that, Mick? Mick's saying, if you're watching this video, subscribe to the channel, like it, and please leave a comment. Thanks, Mickey boy. Do you know something? I think this look is from the 1982 European tour. I saw them 3 times on that tour. Once at Wembley, once at Newcastle's ground. Can you imagine how fantastic that was? And once in Rotterdam. Went on a coach trip all the way to Rotterdam to see the Stones. Jesus, I must have been mad. Emma, what do you think to that?
Yeah, I think it's lovely. I think they're pretty good. I mean, it's not easy to make statues in that sort of the action poses that are going to be really accurate. But it's nice they're there, and they're in a lovely position in the middle of this nice bit of town on the old high street.
I think it's Amy Goodman who was the sculptoress.
Yeah.
Would that be right, the sculptoress?
Yeah. I mean, they look very skinny, but they were, weren't they? I think they still are.
Sadly, they still are. And not only that, Mick still sounds great.
Yeah.
Unlike some of his contemporaries. So Emma, that's the end of the trip, and traditionally we open our snack boxes and discuss our food. What have you brought today?
I do, but I'm ashamed to say it just wasn't well organised, and I didn't have any bread in, and I'm trying not to have bread anyway because of my suspected gluten allergy, so I haven't brought any. So I'm hoping we might agree to go to the cafe up the road there, so and have a bit of egg and chips. So did you bring something to eat?
I did, yeah. I was in the supermarket of my choice, Poundland, and I came across this. It says on the packet, chicken bites.
That looks nice.
But they look more like the testicles of an endangered species. But it doesn't say which one.
So, seeing as you've got those, will you not be wanting to come to the cafe with me?
I might do. Hello, can I speak to Sir Mick Jagger, please? Mickey boy, how are you? Hey, what happened to you last night? You said you were going to meet me down in Dartford. Yeah. Well, I was waiting in the hall, waiting on your call, and then the phone rings, and it was just some friend of mine. Now, you said you were going to come around at 12 with some Puerto Rican girls that are dying to meet me. Yeah. Well, I bought the case of wine because you said we were going to mess and fool around, you know, like we used to. Oh, never mind. Anyway, where were you? What? What? So you were walking in Central Park, singing after dark, shuffling through the streets, stumbling on your feet. What's the matter with you, boy? No wonder people think you're crazy. Anyway, never mind all that, Mick. Listen, we made a film of the statues down in Dartford and they look fantastic. You must be very proud. What an honour. Now, can you do me a favour? Go onto YouTube, watch the video, hit subscribe. Very important. Hit subscribe. Leave a thumbs up and, of course, don't forget to leave a comment. Yes. Alright then, Mick. Well, hey, are you going to the cricket on Saturday? I'll see you there. Cheers, mate.